Hello everyone. In this lesson, we're going to cover two terms that we often come across when looking at functions. That is, domain and range. We define the domain of a function to be the set of all possible input values which produce a valid output for that particular function. So, we can also think of domain as the set of possible x values. Range is, on the other hand, is the set of all possible output values of the function, which can be thought of the set of possible y values. Now, when we're looking at straight lines, the domain is very often all real numbers, because if a straight line extends in all directions, every number on the number line is going to have a corresponding output value. This number will have this output, this number will have this output, and so on. Let's try an example problem. Find the domain and range of this set of numbers. -2, 5, 2.1, 8, 4.9, -7.7, and 9.2, 1. Remember, the domain is the set of all possible x values. Try doing this problem now. Ready to go over the answer? Since the first number here is the x value, our domain for this set will be all the x values, or -2, 2.1, 4.9, sorry, this should be a set, 4.9, and 9.2. The range, on the other hand, will be all the y values. 5, 8, -7.7, and 1. Now let's try doing this for a graph. Here's our graph. Now, let's assume this line stretches on forever in both directions. What are the domain and range for the function expressed by this line? Now, the domain is the set of all possible x values. It appears that every x value on the x-axis will have a corresponding y value. On towards infinity in this direction, and in this direction. So the domain is all real numbers. Now, what is the range? The range is the set of all possible y values. So what y values can we get from this function? It comes from, sorry, this should be 0, 4, 0, -3, 5, 0, yes. It comes, the highest point it reaches is 4. That's the highest y value, and the lowest y value is -3. So the function ranges from -3 to 4, which we express as this. -3 is less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to 4. Don't be confused by this point. Remember, we're only looking for y values, so we don't take this into account. It doesn't matter where the function changes slope. This is our domain, this is our range. Alright, just to recap, the domain is the set of all possible x values for a function which have a corresponding y value, and the range is the set of all possible y values. See you next time.